What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I'm back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Doesn't make sense. I don't really know. Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, but I started new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still support.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, we're talking the weekly sneaker rotation. Now, pretty much, if you guys haven't been living on the rock, go ahead and smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, like I said in the intro, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers and occasional try homes, but this is my weekly sneaker rotation. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, but of course we got a pretty much a food section, sports section, and of course, obviously, we're talking sneakers right there. If I don't get the content out in enough time, you guys already know the sneakers will be out there in the sold out Discord, right? Okay, right? But enough rambling. Let's just go and get into this weekly sneaker rotation now. I know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. So this Saturday, man, pretty much the kid had to go to the chop shop and I had to get my hair retwisted. Hopefully you guys see a little bit of a difference, and it's probably about time to go to the chop shop again. But on Saturday, the kid rolled in none other than the Air Jordan 11 Legend Blues, right? Okay. Now, this is one of my favorite sneakers in my collection. Now, I know this is my latest pickup from like last year, right? Okay. Now, I know a lot of people saying like these joints pretty much faded over time, but obviously, as you can see, I got the most latest pair. And yeah, I don't regret my purchase, man. And I know these joints set, but they actually did sold out actually over time, right? Okay, so you can't probably find these joints now, but 11s, I will say this is probably arguably one of the most favorite silhouettes. Not like sneakers of all time, but the silhouettes in general, arguably one of the most like best silhouettes of all time. And I don't regret it at the same time, man. You know me, blue is not necessarily my favorite color, but I do actually enjoy these guys right here. One of my favorites in my collection now, Legend Blues, or whatever you want to label these guys right here, or what have you. I don't regret picking these up. Now, a lot of people like hesitate, but I feel like a lot of people that come out the woodwork that are not necessarily like sneakerheads like you and I, like for the people who like sneakers but say they think they like sneakers but not on the level of you and I, they will pull up and cop these guys right here. So this was my Saturday shoe, was the Legend Blue Air Jordan 11s, right? Okay, classic sneaker, timeless and classic. So pretty much, we're gonna move right along to Sunday and Monday, right? Okay, so the kid was off on Monday because it was Columbus Day or Indigenous Day, right? Okay, for the people who don't know. And pretty much, I was in the crib in my Yeezy slides, right? Okay, now as you can see, my joints have been pretty much to you know what and back, but at the same time, timeless classic sneaker, and they're definitely broken in. If the camera's gonna do any type of justice, you can see that my feet is actually probably molded into these joints, so the comfortability is there. And I will say this, I don't regret buying these joints in 2021, where pretty much, you know, I had to come off the hip with a little bit of chips, but I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? I know now, or even before then, you can get these joints right at retail. So I got a lot of Yeezy slides that I'm sitting on. I actually gave a pair to the tattoo guy that I actually do my tattoos. But at the same time, I don't regret this at all. This is one of those, like, I would say my travel shoe, but this is more so my around the house shoe now, right? Okay, everybody needs a house shoe, and I feel like this will be that perfect house shoe for that. So this is my Sunday and Monday shoe, was the Yeezy Slide Pure. Cool. Now we're gonna move right on to Monday, right back into work. Oh no, not Monday, actually Tuesday. We're gonna move right on Tuesday because Monday I was actually off because it was Columbus Day, right? Okay, so Tuesday, right back into work, and I know we're dropping this shoe at the end of the year, so I know by the time that I drop this video, probably I'm only gonna get so much wear out of this joint before it's time to get a fresh pair, and I probably will get a fresh pair. So on Tuesday, right? Okay, making sure I get my days right on this joint. We're talking the Air Jordan 11, and these are the Gammas, right? Okay, these are the actual Gammas, right? Okay, yeah, the kid is a little bit out of it right now, but yeah, these are the Gammas, one of my favorite shoes in my collection. And yeah, I think it is about time for a fresh pair. I would assume that they're gonna do a higher like cut on the 11 joints right there, but all black overall shoe. Now it doesn't feature like red or anything like that. It features like that turquoise colorway and a little bit of gold on the back. But I feel like this is a shoe that we've been kind of low-key, we didn't kind of need, but I'm not mad that it's not coming back out, right? Okay, now a lot of people hate on 11s, but I feel like there's a lot of versatility on these, and then I feel like there's a specific reason why Michael Jordan himself don't allow a lot of like collabs going on these joints right here, right? In fact, I think like Drake is the only person that's got a collab on these guys, and that's been like friends and family pair. Now rumors is there's been like I'm a year 11s is supposed to be coming out, but at the same time, we don't know if that's true just not yet. Okay, so again, this was my Tuesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 11 Gammas. Cool, now I'm gonna move right along to Wednesday, one of my favorite shoes in my collection, and arguably I feel like I don't consider yourself a true sneakerhead if you don't have this particular colorway in your collection. Not saying if you don't mean you're not a sneakerhead, because I mean pretty much sneakerhead means you're gonna buy a lot of sneakers no matter how you slice it and dice it, but I feel like every sneakerhead should have this particular silhouette and colorway in their collection. So on Wednesday, came right back to work and we stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 11, and these are the Breds, right? Okay, now my pair is not the 2019 pair. This is the one from like what, 2011, 2012. Let me double check the production date on these guys right here. Is actually, if I'm not mistaken, these are 2012, right? Okay, which was hard to cop back then, right? No bots, none of that, all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the bots didn't exist, but it wasn't easy to cop back then. And I think 2019 didn't make it any better. But here we are, man. Pretty much is one of my favorite shoes in my collection, and I don't regret these guys. Now, anybody who knows me, these are like pretty much red and black is one of my favorite colorways of all time. And Air Jordan 11, I will say this, I'm kind of like on Michael Jordan vibes. It is one of my favorite silhouettes in my collection, and I don't regret it at all. So pretty much, this was my Wednesday shoe, Air Jordan 11 Breds. I feel like this, if you don't got it in collection, I feel like why not go out and add it, right? Okay, everybody I know that's known to be a sneakerhead has these in their collection. So this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 11 Bred. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Thursday. Another shoe that me and Manny with the Kicks ironically say that, hey, it's time for us to get a fresh pair. So obviously we're not getting them this year, but hopefully next year, I think it's time we bring these back, right? I got both pairs, but it's time to get a fresh pair because pretty much the yellowing on these guys was not very, very nice. So pretty much on Thursday, the kid stepped in none other than another silhouette than the Air Jordan 11 Space Jam. Now, this is the 2016 pair, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm gonna check the production date on this. I do have the 2009 pair, but 2016 was the last time we seen these guys come out. And let me double check on the production date on these. Yeah, 2016, yeah. So I'm double checking the production date on these guys. Yeah. I think it's time we get another fresh pair because they do a great job on releasing these joints, and I know the last rollout was great. I know a lot of sneakers had these guys like in their collection, special boxing, which I don't have, but I think it's time for us to get a fresh pair. This is a timeless classic sneaker, and the movie Space Jam, like me, I grew up watching the joint. I watched it multiple times. So I feel like why not bring this back to like, you know, another classic sneaker, right? Okay, my joints, while on camera, don't look like they've been through hell and back, but to be honest, I could use a fresh pair, and I'll just keep it right there. Not one of my, no, it is one of my favorite shoes in my collection, but again, I just would like a fresh pair. Keep it simple, and again, all black all over shoe. And while I am a favorite color of red, but you know, having this like blue, aka Space Jam colorway on the Jumpman, these joints just absolutely positively hit. So pretty much this was my Thursday shoe, was the Air Jordan 11 Space Jam. Cool, now let's move right along to Friday to close out the week. Y'all know I try my very, very best to finish strong. One of my favorite shoes in my collection as well. Now I know these joints have dropped recently. Definitely one of those we can compare to like what we got back in the past. And I'm talking none other than those Air Jordan 11 Gratitudes, right? Okay, definitely make you think of like, I guess you can say like top budget like Air Jordan 11 Concord, right? Okay, now I know a lot of people say like, okay, the Gratitudes, this is nothing but a updated version with like, I guess like a cheap Jumpman version with a Goldman joint on these guys with the 2006 vibes that we got on these guys right here. So again, I know the ones that we said that were the Goldman Jumpmans on these joints right here was pretty much was the if I'm not mistaken, right? I know we got the Gratitudes. This is joints everybody had to pick up. Then we had the Air Jordan 11s, like Concords. Everybody think of those. But then if you think about this, like the DMP pack, right? Okay, so it's kind of like a upgraded DMP pack, but it's like DMP without saying DMP, but it's Gratitudes. So I will say this: I do like the Gratitudes over the DMPs, but at the same time, I mean, it's always that little toe crease issue that goes on like on the toe box of these joints right here. But again, the average like sneakerhead and or person that's into sneakers are probably not gonna catch this, right? Okay, but I do think they did a great job on these guys right here. And for the people who aren't even truly sneakerheads but think they're sneakerheads, everybody picked these up as well. So this pretty much was my Friday shoe, was the Air Jordan 11 Gratitudes. So pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week, man. Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I'm gonna go and get everybody singing, start rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I make content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.